All right, about 9 people have tested positive for the coronavirus at the Lebombo border post in Komatipoort, separating Mpumalanga and Mozambique. Most of them are traveling from Mozambique to South Africa. There are long queues of people who want to do COVID-19 tests and gain entry at the border. And for more of an update, we now cross to our reporter, Siphephile Kunene. Siphephile, a very good afternoon to you. We're hearing those figures, and really quite scary that people are indeed at the border already testing positive. What's happening there? Are these people then immediately taken away to hospital? Are they then told to isolate? What exactly then happens after a person has tested positive at the border?
By noontime, 9 people had tested positive at the Lebombo border post for COVID-19, and 6 of them were South Africans, and the others were from Mozambique. The Mozambicans were sent back to Mozambique, and the South Africans were taken to Nothing House, one of the guest houses here in Nelspruit, Mbombela now, where people that are in quarantine are kept. They are here now, so more of these are expected to be there as well, because people tend to bring fake results. They tend to bring expired results. They tend to also just show up at the border gate without any test. So when they get there, they get to receive the rapid testing. That's where they are found to be positive, and they are taken to their countries of origin.
I can imagine that it is quite congested there then at the border. I mean, if you're mentioning all these issues that the officials have to contend with, whether it's people who just rock up without even having tested, whether it's people bringing falsified COVID test results. I mean, what is the situation really kind of looking like when it comes to that border coming from Mozambique?
Well, from the other side, the Mozambican direction is quite congested. It's quite full because most people are coming back towards South Africa. For instance, at the Milberg Toll Plaza, on average, they're processing about 850 cars. That is between 700 and 1,000 towards Gauteng, and those people are headed for Northwest and Gauteng, where there are mining towns as well. Now, there at the border, the South African side, where people are going towards Mozambique, it's not so full. There's a bit of air there, but the problem is that people present themselves at the border having not tested for COVID-19. Therefore, these hurdles come to play. And you can also take note that it's not the only border gate that is between South Africa and another neighboring country. We also have Oshok that is allowing people from Eswatini to South Africa and vice versa. Even there was an arrest of one person who presented fake results, and a total of 8 people between these 2 border posts have been arrested. Then along the line, the border line, 23 people have been arrested for trying to cross the borderline illegally. Those are all efforts to contain the disease and to make sure that everyone who is in South Africa or Eswatini or Mozambique, they are accounted for, they are tested, they are there legally.
Yeah. Siphephile, I want to talk road safety, and I'm talking just on the back of that report that you've been working quite hard on regarding the former communications liaison. Of course, we followed that story as SABC, who was killed while on the motorbike, and of course we heard the family complaining about the fact that they still don't know what happened to the person that killed their brother. There must be other incidents of this kind then in Mpumalanga. Maybe you can give us an update in terms of whether there is proper traffic officials taking care of that part of travel, which is safety, and whether there is a lot of police visibility so that these kinds of issues don't happen again.
There was quite a lot of police visibility, especially on the N4. And on the N17, we usually have a huge roadblock next to Bad Plus. And this year, that roadblock wasn't there. So there are places where there's a bit of gap that needs to be filled. What I can say again is that the number of fatalities on our roads in Mpumalanga have risen according to the MEC of safety in the province, because this year we have more than 100 people that lost their lives on the road, and at the moment these numbers seem to be increasing. I don't know whether it's because people don't respect the rules of the road, or it's because at the beginning of the festive season, people are drinking liquor. The MEC mentioned that after a lockdown was put in place to level 3 and there was less liquor that people can access, these crashes lowered. They were very much decreased. So that is what's happening now. Coming to Joseph Mabuza's issue, the problem was that the person who was doing a U-turn on the N4 in 2018 in December, when he died, fled to Swaziland and later on moved to Mozambique. And then it was difficult to trace him when he got to Mozambique. Therefore, now police are working towards finding a way in which he could be extradited back to South Africa. Another delay was the one that was caused by the fact that the post-mortem report came really late, and then the warrant of arrest took time to be issued. But right now, investigations are at an advanced stage according to police, and they are close to making arrests, even though they wouldn't disclose what the contents of the post-mortem are, because they do not want to jeopardize their case in court. But they are saying they are closer to making arrests. And yes, the family still wants answers, because they are complaining that they are not getting any form of communication from authorities, from police. They're complaining that they were promised that from the funeral, people that are responsible to make people accountable will work to the bone to make sure that the perpetrator gets arrested. So that's where the case is. But on the road, people are urged to drive cautiously.
Yeah. Siphephile, thank you as always for that in-depth report. We'll catch up with you at a later stage. Please stay safe. All right, that's Siphephile Kunene in Mpumalanga for us, taking a look at the border coming from Mozambique into South Africa, and some people falsifying statements. There's also been an arrest, as she mentioned there, but obviously traffic volumes also there picking up, as was the case in Lesotho too. Well, a second